Hello my loves, welcome back to my channel, and as you can see in the title, we're talking about who are you? And when you think about that, a lot of people probably won't sit down and really analyze. Maybe they have, but what is it that we're analyzing when we say, who am I? Or have you ever asked the question, who am I? Just really, have you ever pondered, who am I? What is the first thing that everyone refers to when they think of that? Sometimes people start chiming off spiritual accolades, or maybe educational accolades, or maybe their job titles of what they do, humanitarian things that they've done in terms of charity or outreach programs, or maybe it's all the titles, the PhDs, the this, the that, all the letters behind the names that they are happy to post up, that's who they are. This is what they want the world to know about them in terms of who they believe they are. Some people, it's their culture, their race, that they begin with, or even family, of what they do when it comes in terms of their family, or maybe it's their accomplishments. They bring up all of these accomplishments, and they put that on a pedestal and say, this is who I am. So let's look at that. And when we look at that, most people refer to themselves as I. But what have we been taught? We've been conditioned to say you are Johnny, or you are Rebecca, you are Lynette, you are this, or you are that, and you're a girl, and you're a boy, and you are, we're just told who we are. But intuitively, who do we say we normally are? Intuitively, we always refer to ourselves as what? I. And this I wasn't taught. No one said your name is I. It's just something we've all kind of gravitated to. And when I look at this I, there was a scripture in the Bible that said, I am the way, the truth, and the life. And when I look at that scripture, it is a very powerful scripture, because, it can also be read, I am the way, I am the truth, and I am is the light. There was another scripture that was in the Old Testament where Moses talked about this I am. Or not really Moses. It was brought up. Moses asked the Lord, he said, who should I tell the people? They don't know me. I didn't grow up with them. So who should I tell the people that sent me? Who should I tell the people that sent me? He said, tell them I am sent me. So somehow this I am resonated not only in the scriptures back then, but also with us as now. We all refer to ourselves as I am. We say I am every day. I am this, or I am this, or I am that. This I am is what we all refers ourselves to. But what could we say this I am is? Is it our vessels? Is it these accolades that we attached ourselves to? Is it our thoughts? Is it our feelings? When you look at yourself, are you a thought? How can you know if you're a thought or not? I mean, does thought, and when you experience yourself as your true self, in terms of a thought, what do we know about our thoughts? Well, they come and go, some people say. Well, do we come and go? Do we blink in and blink out? We're always changing? No, we're always the same. I mean, our true selves never appear and disappear as a thought. So we can't say that is us. Our thoughts are us. Now let's look at this flesh, this body, this vessel that we have. Are we this vessel? When we think of that, no, we can't be this vessel. This vessel is just a utility, our utility vehicle. I mean, we use this vessel, but is it truly me? What can I say about me when I think of me? Am I all these conditioned accolades? Am I learning or any of that? Does that make me me in truth? We have to be truthfully about ourselves, and we have to look at that and say, no, that doesn't make me me. What am I? And when I sit back and think of what am I, what words come to mind? Well, I can say I'm aware. Yeah. I'm aware. Of course I'm aware. If I wasn't, I wouldn't be here having this conversation right now with you all. So what else can we say? What is awareness? Some would say consciousness. Well, that's good. That's consciousness. I'll agree with that. We can call it consciousness, but where did it come from? That would be the core of me. Some people would call it the spirit or the soul. You know, we give this all kind of names, which are good, because how else can you explain it? It's hard to explain this, which makes us us. And then so when you look even further, let's just pull off everything else. Let's pull off our thoughts and really just go back to this true selves. Let's look at our true selves. We're going to take off everything. We just let go. Get rid of all of our accolades. Get rid of this. Get rid of all of the things that are not us, pretty much. And let's go to the root of who we truly are. Because what happens if we start identifying or believing something that we are not? Have you ever seen someone, and we've seen it all, on TV, they start claiming to be an animal or something that we clearly can see that they are not. What does that do to a person's mind when you identify with something that you are not? What happens then? When we put something onto that I am that we're not, what happens? Does ego arise? Have you ever seen anybody with a very boosted ego or altered? We call it altered ego, right? When someone believes something that they're not. What happens? They're puffed up. What kind of things comes with an ego? You know, it's controlling, right? It likes attachment. Doesn't want to let go. It wants to, it takes credit for everything, right? I did this, I did that. You know, it wants to shine. It wants everybody to see it. It wants to boast, right? It lies. There's a lot of things that come with ego, you know. False identity. Number one, it's claiming to be something it's not. That's just blaring that, hey, fake, 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 right? It turns into itself a person, right? It has its own personality. Person, if you look that up, that's a fictitious, entity. So anybody that's claiming really to be something that they're not, in terms of that I am, will have this inflated ego. And sometimes it's very subtle. Sometimes it's not just so the blaring, but even the belief in something that you're not could cause this ego to be inflated. So I just kind of wanted to look at this because it's something that I've looked at. I've had to sit back and really evaluate. There was just something that just was not resonating right within myself, which caused this movement. It's like my own being pretty much just said, hey, You are not anxiety. You're not this. You're not that. You're not all these things that comes from a mind that has belief or given attention to lies that it's not. That's what creating a false identity does. It puts belief in places where it is not supposed to be. So sometimes it's best just to come back to our heart. And by coming back to our heart, we have to let go of all these beliefs. Only thing you can do is empty yourself. You have to empty yourself in order to get back to the place of home, what I call home, where love and peace and truth abides of who we really are. Because in truth, we're not all of that. We are that breath of I am, that creation, that movement, that activity of the Almighty, because we are this activity, finitely. We all share this same being because he blew this breath. He didn't blow one breath into one person and another breath into another person. We all share this breath. No matter what it looks like, the appearance on the outside or the behavior is on the outside, because we talked about what happens when we believe something that we're not. Then behaviors go along with that. If you believe you're a dog, you're going to start acting like a dog. And so if we believe that we are the breath of that I am, then of course the behaviors will line up with that. So I wanted you all to just kind of take that with you. Watch, watch what it is that you believe. Watch what it is that we give attention to. And when you find that maybe you're out of alignment, put your mind, as I always say, put the mind into your heart, and let that be your guide. Let that be your guide. Let that be what reminds you of you truly are that breath. And no, of course, we're not going to walk around just saying I am, but in belief, that's what we do, because still we talk. Of course, our names are, we have these names to identify one from another. But in truth, we're all one. Okay, so let's try to treat each other well and love on one another, and just let that marinate with you. Have some quiet time with yourself where you're resting just in that peace, in that love, in the truth of that I am, or the Supreme, or however you want to call it, God, the Almighty, Yah. We give him all these names, but in truth, all these names are just constriction of the, what we can give it is so much more powerful, so much more than what we can express. But let's just rest right there in that truth and that love. Anyway, thank you for watching this video. This is another contemplation of the heart. It was an impromptu video, and it was just impressed upon my heart, and I wanted to share with you. Thank you for watching this video. Remember, I do this for you. Remember, I am here for you. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. Remember that you are beautiful, and I love you. Bye.